If you plan for the little that you earn, it can be able to help you to achieve more with it. But most people who earn less do not plan for anything, and therefore the little that they earn, which can do more, fails even to do the basic for them. Now, the principle of tangible commodities allows us to help every person, especially those who are earning less in our communities, who may say, I don't have anything to budget for. The little that you get after you pay your debts, if you use it to acquire something that you can see with your eyes, it encourages you, it boosts your confidence that at least you have acquired something. I practice the law of tangible commodity. I like making sure that at every month there's something that I buy that I can see, and it always makes me feel good because you know it. As a basic rule, sometimes it takes more time for you to have money that you can invest in some things. And sometimes if you are more literate, financially literate like me, it may even take a little bit of that money, putting it into unit trust, putting a little bit of that money into money markets, putting that little money into some other investment platform that can work for you. Hello and welcome to Expansion Revolution Nuggets. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm OJ Mathibe and I'm excited to always be bringing the good news of principles of budgeting. Now, I'm a minister of the gospel, and I know sometimes when I say principles of budgeting are good news, people get confused. But it is the good news that you need to know, because when your money is right, it's easier for you to live for God better. And therefore, what we are discussing here is the good news in the sense that it can empower you to be able to do well in your life and manage money well to the glory of God in your life. Now, today I'm introducing a new principle, which is called the principle of tangible commodities. The principle of tangible commodities is a very important aspect and principle in budgeting. I like it because it caters for an average person. In case you have heard about issues regarding budgeting and all you have said is, all that I earn goes away. I mean, I spend all that I earn even before I get it. I'm being paid too low for me to be able to save anything or to budget it for anything. Here's what I want to tell you. A budget is a documented strategy of how money will be spent. So even when little is well managed, it can do well. So that's very important. Little, well managed, can do more. So if you plan for the little that you earn, it can be able to help you to achieve more with it. But most people who earn less do not plan for anything, and therefore the little that they earn, which can do more, fails even to do the basic for them. Now, the principle of tangible commodities allows us to help every person, especially those who are earning less in our communities, who may say, I don't have anything to budget for. Now, at this level, some of the rules that I've been talking to you about changes a little bit, especially our definition of what we term as an asset, because sometimes we use a categorical rule to explain what assets are. So at a high level, what may be an asset to you may not necessarily be an asset to a common person. So when we say tangible commodity, at the lowest level of people who are in the lower class and people who are entering the middle class, sometimes a tangible commodity is an asset. What do I mean about that? It means that at this level, we define an asset as any instrument or good that can contribute positivity and functionality into your life. So that if you get a little thing that can help your life to become better, then it's a tangible commodity, and that tangible commodity is tantamount to an asset because it can help your life to become better, as much as it is not appreciating in value like most assets do. So very important that you recognize that distinction. So a good budget at its lowest level should be able to achieve a tangible commodity. That's how we say it. So at its highest failure to lead to a positive net worth, a budget should leave a tangible commodity behind. That is very important. So if your budget has failed to serve you well, let's say you are not growing in net worth, but at least it should be able to help you to have tangible commodities that we can see. Can I say it in the simplest sense? Here's what it means. When you have earned your money, before your salary comes or before your salary finishes, let it help you to have a tangible commodity that you can see and say, this is what I spent my money on this month. For another person, it may mean going ahead to go and buy a trouser. At least you'd be able at the end of the day to say, this month I managed to buy a pair of trousers and here it is. For somebody, it may mean for going ahead and to buy something that we can see, to buy a torch, to buy a nice tie, buy something that we can see with your eyes. Here's the psychology behind tangible commodities, is that they inspire you to continue to earn, to continue to work hard so that you can own more. So you can be able to manage money well when you make sure that every month you buy something that you can see with your eyes. For somebody else, buying a tangible commodity might mean buying a blanket. I mean, we are just about to get into winter. When you earn your money and you find yourself not even having a jacket, and you earn money that can afford to buy a jacket. So buy a jacket so that you can have something that you can put on when it's winter. So the law of tangible commodity suggests that money spent on things that can be seen produces a positive energy on the earner to continue to do more. So it helps you to become efficient. It helps you to aim to own more. And the more you earn little things, then your life becomes better. I mean, for somebody else, it might mean buying little things, like I said, blankets, cups, having your own plate, having your own cups, having the basics that can make your life better. That is success for some people in this planet. I know most of the time, as financial experts, we speak much more to the rich and to the high class. But I think it is very important, in case you find yourself in the lower class, you are living in that one room, you are living in that 2 rooms, you are living in a place where maybe there's congestion. Just owning your stuff. I mean, having enough t-shirts. I mean, having your own trousers. I mean, having your own pots that you can use for cooking, buying your own stuff, doing little things. So don't allow your salary that you work so hard to finish without allowing it to buy something for you that you can own, even if it is not an asset. Buying a better phone that allows you to communicate effectively. And I'm not saying spend much more of your money on a phone. I'm simply saying have something that when all your money has expired, it means being alive and contributing positivity into your life. Buy yourself new shoes. I mean, do something. So that's the basic rule. Now, this rule, it applies differently for the highly indebted, for the middle class, and for the high class. Because I know there are people who, in this modern world, and yeah, we have seen things. I have personally seen things. There are people who earn a lot and have nothing to show. I mean, they earn a lot, but they have nothing to show. No assets, no tangible commodities. Because money is being spent on things that do not build them. So it is very important that all of us, even if you are within the category of middle class in terms of how much you earn, have something that you always buy that is tangible every month. It will help you to go far. At the high class level, this tangible commodity may be a real asset, which means it has an appreciating value and it will give you returns. But even if it does not, have something every month that can help you to do that. You can also apply the rotational budgeting principle here, which means after every 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, you go and spend your money on tangible commodities. Here's why this rule is important, so that you don't have all of your money going towards consumption and you don't have anything to show at the end of a project and at the end of your salary. It is very important. If you're highly indebted, it is also important, because the little that you get after you pay your debts, if you use it to acquire something that you can see with your eyes, it encourages you, it boosts your confidence that at least you have acquired something. I practice the law of tangible commodity. I like making sure that at every month there's something that I buy that I can see, and it always makes me feel good, because you know it. As a basic rule, sometimes it takes more time for you to have money that you can invest in some things. And sometimes if you are more literate, financially literate like me, it may even take a little bit of that money, putting it into unit trust, putting a little bit of that money into money markets, putting that little money into some other investment platform that can work for you. In that way, you feel like your investment into that platform, it's also a tangible platform. You know where you sent your money. It works. So rotational budgeting can also be applied in the principle of tangible commodity, so that you don't buy cups every month. This time you buy a cup, this time you buy something that speaks to another segment of your life. Next time you buy yourself clothing. So whatever you do, you can be able to practice the rule of tangible commodity. So every month when you budget, plan to acquire something that you can see with your eyes. It helps you boost your confidence. It helps you to drive to a place where you would own a lot of basics that you need. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray that God may bless you and help you to acquire tangible commodities as you grow your financial story. Let's see you next time. Before you go, share this message with a lot of your friends who despise budgeting because they think they earn less. It can empower them to plan for that little that they earn so that it can do more for them. Let's see you again, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much for all of you who are watching this podcast and listening to this podcast wherever you are. Let's see you again next time.